Hey Ravyn, so I'm going to try and do a short video of what my sewing room looks like kind of these days. So all this thread right over here I don't even use anymore. It's a little bit thinner than I need for my collars, but it looks pretty official hanging on there, so I leave it on there. And this pegboard I'm going to end up moving. These are blanks that I've sewed up. I've already, I don't know if you can see the stitching, but I've already sewn the ribbon on here, and I've put this piece on. I've sewed that on, and that way all I have to know is if they want a metal buckle or a plastic buckle, and it only takes me 5 minutes to finish a collar. So I've got some of those that are done. These are collars that I already have done and are ready to go. And this I share with Cord for photo gear and sewing stuff. So I used to have more of that stuff, and then the projects I was working on turned to this one, and I made this. These are all the little trees that I have my different ribbons in. So this one's called Fun Spirals and Flowers. So I've got these things divided up in here, so different kinds of theme ribbons, so at least it's easier to do. I did have these just kind of stacked on top of each other in these shelves, but I'd have to move, they'd just be stacked, so I'd have to move like 5 of them to get to the one on the bottom. So I got some boards and I just sewed these little grooves in here, and I got some, I don't know, right on wipe off board type stuff, and I cut it up into little squares so it'd slide in there. So anyway, that's what I did there. The other thing I did, let's see, this we had already. So this is, I've got up on the top is 2-inch webbing, and then on the right side, the next 2 shelves down are 1.5 inches, and on the bottom is 1-inch webbing. And then those little wooden boxes have got things like the plastic buckles and the metal buckles, the D-rings, and the adjustable slides. And that's 2 inch at the top, and 1.5 inches, and 1 inch. And the latest thing I've done is I made this deluxe sewing table. So it's about maybe 6 feet long or so. I got 4 of these little cabinets from Lowe's or somewhere like that, and they're just little tiny bookshelves. So I've got, maybe you see on this side, so I got one that's facing this way and one that's facing that way, and that's basically the legs of my table. And then I got you can buy this stuff with the white top on it, the melamine on there, and it comes like a 4x8 sheet. So I just cut it to the size that I wanted, and I made a little 2x4 thing that spans, or 2x3 thing. It spans, from bookshelf to bookshelf, so this wouldn't sag in the middle. And yeah, put that on, then just a little bit of baseboard trim here, so it doesn't, you don't see the 2x3. And then I of course cut my, the one thing you measure twice, cut once. I made my hole for my sewing machine too big, so that's, I got a board right here for that. And when I put these pads on, if I didn't cut out for that, I wouldn't be able to open up my little door to get to my bobbins, So anyway, that's pretty much it. I'm still kind of setting up and organizing and stuff like that. I got bobbins and the glue and stuff that I use to glue the ribbon on the webbing, and that's my bobbing winder. Those are kind of reject collars in that thing. I figure out what to do with them. And then somebody asked about a non-nylon webbing, so I got some cotton webbing like you would make a belt out of. So I haven't tried sewing that yet, but I got some just to try it out. This is pretty much just a catch-all. That is a good place to accumulate just junk. I should probably go through that, throw a bunch of stuff out. Anyway, here's from the doorway view of my little nook.
This is so neat the way you have this set up. You have to excuse the mess because...
All right, mister. That's it.